Download this code and get free GPT-4o from codegive.com, link in the description below. Certainly. In Java, the URL class, part of the java.net package, represents a uniform resource locator, a pointer to a resource on the World Wide Web. Hashtag overview of URL class. A URL consists of several components, including 1. Protocol, the communication protocol, example HTTP, HTTPS, FTP. 2. Host, the domain name or IP address of the server. 3. Port, the port number, optional. 4. Path, the specific path on the server. 5. Query, the query string, optional. 6. Fragment, a fragment identifier, optional. Hashtag creating a URL object. To create a URL object, you can use the constructor of the URL class. Here's a simple example. Hashtag explanation of the code. 1. Import statements. Java.net.malformed URL exception. This exception is thrown if the URL is malformed. Java.net.url. This class represents the URL. 2. Creating a URL object. The URL constructor takes a string representation of the URL. If the URL is invalid, a malformed URL exception will be thrown. 3. Retrieving URL components. Get protocol, returns the protocol, example HTTPS. Get host, returns the host name. Get port, returns the port number, returns -1 if not specified. Get path, returns the path portion of the URL. Get query, returns the query string. Get file, returns the file part of the URL, path plus query. Get ref, returns the reference, fragment, part of the URL. Hashtag handling connections. You can also use the URL class to open a connection to the resource located at the URL. Here's an example of how to do that. Hashtag explanation of the connection code. 1. HTTP URL connection. The HTTP URL connection class is used to send a request to the server and read the response. You need to cast the URL connection to HTTP URL connection. 2. Setting request method. Use setRequest method, get, to specify the HTTP method you want to use. 3. Reading the response. The response code is retrieved using getResponseCode. A buffered reader is used to read the response from the input stream. 4. Output. The server's response is printed to the console. Hashtag conclusion. This tutorial provides a basic overview of how to work with URLs in Java, including creating URL objects and opening HTTP connections. The Java.net package also offers many more capabilities for handling network communications, so you can explore further based on your needs.